Jesus fucking Christ. Another fucking cursed Kurt Angle TNA Impact. Every fucking time. It's always something with fucking Kurt Angle. And you can thank fucking Deadlock because it's their fault. Because they fucking covered this and I got it in my recommended. This was the October 4th, 2007 episode of Impact. The also known as the first ever 2-hour TNA Impact. Also known as the episode where Kurt Angle stalks and attacks Sting's son Garrett at his football game. And it was extremely fucking cursed. So, thanks, Deadlock. Every fucking time, bro. Like, first of all, we had trouble even fucking finding this because Deadlock didn't bother to put the fucking date, and then you try to look this shit up, and all that comes up is Deadlock's review, and then a fucking clip of it on Daily Motion, and that's it. And there's no date. All it says is 2007. So I had to look up the first 2-hour episode of Impact, and then I found it, fucking October 4th, and this was also 2 weeks before Bound for Glory. So this oh my god, all of this was so bad. This is such a bad show. It was so bad. This is like fucking prime fucking Russo, dude. Oh my god. It's all so terrible. It's Deadlock's fault, bro. Fucking, we had to do it because fucking cursed Kurt Angle. Because fucking, I remember before I was like, oh, there's probably more cursed TNA Kurt Angle out there that we don't know about. And I didn't know about this until Deadlock fucking covered it. So, fucking, because...
Well, just so you know, I'm getting PNGs.
Alright, fucking...
It's, well, the cursed PNGs, not all of them.
Fucking...
The
So...
ones that you requested.
This whole show... This whole fucking show was so bad. Also, I do want to say, this was on YouTube for free, by the way. This whole episode was on YouTube, so you can go watch it. Just know, if you don't have premium, you're going to get an ad every fucking 10 minutes. And there's 60-second ads that are non-skippable, and every ad that I got was for gambling, so thanks, TNA. Thanks for promoting gambling. But,
Bro, they don't care.
But...
Yeah, Dessa Blanchard on their roster. They don't give a fuck.
Apparently your mic doesn't give a fuck either because it's cutting out.
Fucking bullshit.
The Missouri connection.
Fuck anyway. Off.
But anyway, so fucking of all things, of anything that could have started this show, we could have started with the Kurt Angle and Sting thing. We could have started with the Team 3D shit. We could have anything. For some reason, Vince Russo decides to start the show with a Black Rain match because
how else would you start it?
I don't know, with fucking Kurt Angle and Sting, maybe? Fucking... So, this was Black Rain versus Rhino for some fucking reason. I don't know why. And then the fucking Black Rain, fucking Dustin Rhodes, it just looks like he's so depressed. Looks like he doesn't want to be there. Apparently he fucking despised this gimmick. And this is like at like the lowest point of his life. So, you know, that's makes it even better. And then you have Rhino, who's just in this match just cause. And then they show like a thing where apparently like this is not long after the debut of fucking goddamn Judas Matthias. So that's wonderful as well. And then we get this fucking match. She was ass, dude. Fucking, because Black Rain is in here wrestling like you don't give a shit. And then Rhino,
Because he didn't.
Rhino is just sitting here.
Didn't just be genuinely didn't care.
Yeah, and the match was so dog shit. And then all of a sudden, oh, here comes Raven, and fucking Raven comes out and gets up on the rope and fucking distracts fucking Black Rain, and then Rhino hits a roll up pin 1, 2, 3, and fucking Rhino wins. And then Raven gets in the ring and starts attacking Rhino, and then here comes fucking Abyss. And what the fuck was this, bro? Fucking Abyss is in here, and then fucking goddamn James Mitchell also gets in the ring because he's the fucking manager for fucking Judas Matthias. And then who was the fucking goddamn fucking person? Havoc fucking gets in there and gets fucking destroyed by Abyss. And this was a clusterfuck. And everything on this show was a complete fucking clusterfuck, bro. And like there were so many multi-man brawls on this show, dude. It was ridiculous. So all of this was a fucking disaster. What a terrible way to start off the show. This was bad. This was so bad. So and it's not over there because this intermingles with the next segment, because while this whole brawl is going on, fucking Sting comes out and Sting gets in the ring and everybody fucking leaves, and then Sting is standing in the ring and he's talking about fucking Kurt Angle, and he is calling out Kurt Angle to come fight him because they're facing each other at Bound for Glory for the world title. And then fucking Kurt Angle comes up on the screen and he's fucking wearing this goddamn tuxedo, and he's just like, hi, this is Kurt Angle, and I'm in fucking California, and I'm at this fucking football field. And then Kurt Angle was just like, it's like, oh, Sting, you're probably wondering, what am I doing in California? Well, you should recognize this football field very well, because your son, Garrett, plays football on this field, and it just so happens that Garrett is about to have a football game, and I decided I wanted to come watch it, so I'm gonna go cheer Garrett on. And then Kurt Angle starts talking about fucking, he's like, you might be wondering, why am I here to watch this? Well, I'm here on family business, your family business. And then he starts talking about Garrett, and he's just like, he's a promising young athlete, and I'm just here to cheer him on. And then Kurt Angle fucking dead ass is like, he's just like, Sting, I'm wondering, do you think when Garrett grows up that he's gonna slap people's wives too? It was because apparently what had happened was, apparently fucking Karen Angle said that Sting slapped her, and Kurt Angle believed it, I guess. So Kurt Angle went on this whole mission to fucking fuck with Sting's son. it's so cursed. And then Kurt Angle was just like, he's just like, anyway, Sting, fucking Garrett's got a game, so I'm gonna go cheer him on. And then the camera fucking follows Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle starts clapping. He's like, come on, Garrett, let's go, Garrett. It's so cursed, dude. And then Sting is just fucking. Also, they went to a commercial through this. So the thing is like Impact was live, right? And this fucking football game was also live at the same time. So, but the way they did it was awkward. So when they came back from commercial, Sting is just standing in the ring, and Kurt Angle's still just on the screen. So fucking we're led to believe that during the commercial they were both just standing there, just not saying anything until they came back from commercial. It was so bad. And then Sting starts fucking flipping the fuck out, and he's fucking, and you can audibly hear Sting, because the mic picked it up, and fucking Sting was like, He was like, I swear to God, if you lay a hand on him, I'll fucking kill you. It's like, bro, oh my God. So then Sting gets out of the ring and he goes backstage to fucking try to fucking find out what's going on with this shit. And then we get this curseness because we cut to Jeremy Borash, who's doing a backstage promo or
Yeah.
an interview with fucking the Black
Fucking.
Machismo, Jay Lethal, and the Guru Sanjay Dutt. This was a fucking disaster because I'm gonna let you talk about this.
so, it looks like it's gonna be a regular promo, and I'm just like, all right, they're just getting a regular promo with fucking Black Machismo and Sanjay Dutt. This is normal fucking 2007 fucking TNA shit. I'm used to this.
Mm-hmm.
Us watching these fucking 2007 shows, and then it just goes off the rails at that point because then we fucking got we got like fucking Black Machismo. He gives Jeremy Borash his hat for some reason, and then he's just talking about fucking the X Division Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sanjay Dutt chimes in, and he's just like, "I am the guru, and I am here to to pra- praise fucking my native native people who have Ebola."
It was so fucking bad. Dude.
I'm just like, and then like Sanjay Dutt's fucking. He's sitting there, he's hugging Jeremy Borash, and Jeremy Borash looks so fucking confused. And they get their asses beat by fucking Team 3D, and fucking Team 3D beats their ass all the way up into the ring. And then fucking Shark Boy comes out with a fucking neck brace and gets his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why, bro? Why did this happen?
and
Why?
and then they put fucking Jay Lethal through a table, and then fucking Bubba Ray grabs the microphone and he starts calling out fucking Jim Cornette, and it's just like, oh, Jim Cornette, fucking this is what's gonna happen if you don't give us a tag team title match. And he's like, so tonight when we fucking take on the tag team champions, Team Pac-Man, which we'll get to them, don't worry. He was like, you better make it a fucking tag title match. Otherwise, we're gonna brutally attack everybody on the roster. And then that was pretty much that. So,
Yeah.
like, keep in mind, this is all within, like, the first, like, fucking 20 minutes. So,
Yeah.
fucking, so, then fucking next, fucking Sting goes to the production truck, and the head of production, his name was fucking Keith. Fucking Sting busts in there. He's just like, "Oh, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on, Keith?" And fucking Keith is just like, "Oh, I don't know. Kurt Angle just asked for his own feed, so we gave him a feed." And fucking Sting is just like, "Oh, well, you need to do something about it." And fucking Sting is just fucking pissed. And so fucking Sting is just like, oh, I want to talk to Kurt Angle right now. And so they give Sting a headset, and fucking Sting's just yelling at Kurt Angle. He's just like, Kurt, you son of a bitch, you better not fucking lay a hand on my son, or so help me God. And fucking then Kurt Angle, like, Sting's screaming at him in the headset, and Kurt Angle's just like fucking. He's just like, oh hey Sting, that's the Sting I want to see, an angry Sting. And you know something, Sting. I was pretty angry when you slapped my wife. It's fucking, and then
Fucking curse,
And then
bro.
Kurt Angle's just like, anyway, just so you know, the game's going good. Garrett's actually doing very well. I'm very proud of Garrett. It's just very, and Kurt starts making these creepy faces when he's talking about Garrett too. And fucking,
I actually I sent you some of them as PNGs. I'm gonna send you the other two PNGs I
oh
made
god.
real quick. Fucking
Oh, I see them. Ew. Ew,
there, I
that
sent you
Raven
two more.
PNG. Oh, staying on the headset. Ew.
I figured you would like the.
So after that curseness, we get an advertisement for later in the night because the main event is going to be an 8-man tag team match between the team of Triple X, AJ Styles, and Christian Cage, and they're taking on LAX, Samoa Joe, and someone named Junior Fatu. We will get to Junior Fatu. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll get there. But before we get there, fucking, we get a backstage segment with Robert Roode and fucking Tracy Brooks, and they're being interviewed. And Bobby Roode starts talking about Robert Roode Enterprises and how it's this successful $1 million business, and which is fucking cap because if TNA could have somebody with $1 million business, they fucking would have been doing more than they were in 2007. But fucking, and Robert Roode's talking about how his late grandfather gave him a bunch of money, and then Tracy Brooks just looks irritated, and Bobby Roode's like, "Oh, what's your problem, huh? What's your problem?" And he's just like, "Oh, I'm your boss, and you do what you're told when I tell you to do it." And if you don't like it, you can quit. And then fucking Tracy's just like, oh, well, I can't quit. You know, I have to take care of my sick mother. And then fucking
It's like, what the fuck?
Robert Rouge just like, he's just like, yeah, your sick mother, whatever. And fucking, and then he's just like, you want the job? And she's just like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, well, then you gotta actually fucking do something because you haven't done shit in fucking 12 months. And then he's like, oh, well, you know that fucking uh they're having like this match at Bound for Glory for the fucking Knockouts title to crown the inaugural women's champion. And Robert Roode's just like, oh, well, I know you're a participant in that, so you better go out there and win and prove that you're worthy of this job, and you better go out there and do something. And then he's like all mad, and he's just like starts throwing stuff. He's like, oh, this interview is over with. God. And fucking, and then this random fucking woman walks
Yeah.
in.
So I want to explain this. So
Mm,
fucking, I don't know if you caught this, but apparently that woman that comes in, fucking is a backstage interviewer that just posed for Playboy, by the way.
oh my god.
So they were building off that, bro. That she
By the
posed for
way,
Playboy.
fucking, her acting was so fucking bad. It was so
Yeah.
terrible. So then we go from that to we get the only knockouts match on this show. We get fucking Miss Jackie Moore with James Storm, and she takes on Gail Kim because why not? And then they're talking about this knockouts match, and so if you don't know, Miss Jackie Moore is fucking Jacqueline, obviously, and
Yeah.
she was part of this fucking group with James Storm for some reason. And so they have this match. It was not great. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like it was just no one cared. Like like I couldn't have gave a shit. Like it was bad. And then fucking then and just to make it worse because it just always has to get worse. Fucking during the match, oh, here comes the Voodoo Kin Mafia because why not? And then they're fucking out there and then oh, here comes fucking Rock and Rave with fucking Christy Hemme and it's just like what the fuck? And so they're all out there just watching this match, and then Gail Kim hits a neck breaker on fucking Jackie Moore and pins her 1, 2, 3, and we were just like, that's it? That was her finisher, a neck breaker? What the fuck? And then
It just ended abruptly. Like that's why we were so confused.
and then fucking the other two, fucking Roxy Laveau and fucking Christy Hemme get in the ring, and they're talking shit to Gail Kim, and then Jackie Moore gets up, and then they all fucking start jumping Gail Kim, but Gail Kim turns into fucking Super Gail and starts beating everybody's ass, but then they start jumping her, and they go to hit a big boot on her, but she ducks it and gets out of the ring, and then fucking then all three of the women turn on each other and start beating each other up, and then fucking and I swear to God, bro, like it fucking like they're sitting there fucking brawling and fucking goddamn so James Storm goes to get in the ring, right? He goes to get in the ring to start this brawl, and then it just cuts. As soon as he goes to do it, it just says TNA Impact, and then it cuts to Jim Cornette. So
Yeah.
they completely just said, fuck that, I guess. Fucking. So it cuts to Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette's being interviewed by Jeremy Borash, and Jeremy Borash is like, oh, what do you think about what Team 3D had to say? And Jim Cornette's just like, oh, I'm tired of their whining and crying all the time, and so you know what? I'll make the match tonight for the tag team titles, but Team 3D, you better be careful what you wish for because what goes around is gonna come back around. And then Jeremy Borash is like, oh, what do you mean by that? And Jim Cornette's like, fucking, he's just like, oh, you'll find out in about 10 minutes from now. And then all of a sudden, fucking Sting busts into Jim Cornette's office, and he's just like, oh, what the hell's going on, Jimmy? What the hell's going on? And Jim Cornette's just like, oh, I don't know what the hell's going on. I just found out myself. I know as much as you do. And then fucking Sting is just like, he's just like, oh, fucking, how does Kurt Angle even have his own live camera feed at this football game? And Jim Cornette's like, I don't know, but hey, look at the monitor. He's back on. And fucking, so then we see Kurt Angle fucking sitting in the bleachers, and fucking Kurt Angle he's just continuing to taunt Sting, and he's just like, oh, Sting, here's an update on the game. Garrett's he's doing very well. You know, Garrett seems like he could be really successful in life, you know, and he's a promising young athlete, and you know, he's not like his father that wants to slap people's wives and shit. He just kept fucking bringing it up every time, and like he became so deranged over the fact that Sting slapped his wife allegedly, and
Oh.
and fucking then that was pretty
He
much it for
also was
that.
doing he was doing jazz hands too.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was
Also,
cursed.
I want to point out, fucking Matt Morgan was Jim Cornette's security guard also. And then we got the tag team title match of Team 3D versus Team Pac-Man. it's time to talk about this fucking shit. Because you might be saying, who the hell is Team Pac-Man? Well, it is none other than Ron Killings, aka R-Truth, and his tag team partner, Pac-Man Jones. Sorry, Adam Pac-Man Jones. He's
Yep.
a former NFL player, and for some ungodly reason, Impact fucking signed him, and we seen that at the last pay-per-view, fucking, oh my god, it was so bad. So, fucking Kurt Angle got involved in the match and cost fucking Sting and whoever the fucking tag titles. And fucking all fucking Adam Pac-Man Jones did was just pin him. Like, he didn't do shit else. So, fucking Pac-Man Jones and Ron Killings are the fucking tag team champions. So, they come out and fucking Pac-Man Jones is wearing this shirt that says Pac-Man, and it has like the most like generic knockoff fucking Temu version of Pac-Man that I've ever seen.
It's genuinely awful. Like, it is the most copyright free Pac-Man
And then on the
ever.
back, it's even worse because on the back it has like these flames and it says Pack Attack. So,
Yeah.
and he's not even wearing wrestling gear either. Like, he just wears fucking basketball shorts. And
It's genuinely one of the most laziest I've ever seen.
oh, we'll talk about fucking lazy because it starts off with fucking Ron Killings and fucking Devon, and they're putting on a pretty decent match. And then fucking goddamn Pac-Man Jones comes in, and then Bubba Ray is like, "Oh, I want tagged in." And Bubba Ray has a football, by the way, and he gets in the ring and he starts taunting them, and he's just like, "Oh, I got a football. You used to play football. Ha ha ha." It was so stupid. And then Bubba Ray starts acting like he is playing football and he's acting like he's the quarterback, and he tries to run at Pac-Man Jones, but he jumps over him, and Bubba Ray falls, and he gets all embarrassed, and he gets angry, and then he throws the football at Pac-Man Jones and disrespects him. So Pac-Man Jones throws the football at Bubba Ray, and then fucking sits there, and Bubba Ray runs at him and he ducks it, and then Ron Killings hits him. And then Devon tries to run at him and he ducks it, and Devon throws himself over the top rope, and then he tags out. This motherfucker did nothing. He didn't even throw a punch. He didn't even throw. What was the point of signing him? He couldn't be bothered to even throw a
Because
punch.
he was good at football. That's
Like,
why.
why did they sign him? Like,
Because football, Devon.
like,
Football.
oh my god. He legit did nothing in this match. And then Ron Killings came back in, and the only thing that they did was he held up Bubba Ray's legs, and they did their own version of the "What's Up." And this match didn't even matter anyway because it just fucking ended in disqualification. Because fucking the Voodoo Kin Mafia comes out again, and they get involved, and they start fucking attacking. They start fucking trying to go after them, and fucking goddamn Pac-Man Jones starts chasing them with the steel chair, and then Bubba Ray and fucking Devon hit a 3D on Ron Killings, and then that's pretty much just that. And then
Yeah.
and then they're attacking Ron Killings, and as if it couldn't get any more cursed, then we hear fucking goddamn Scott Steiner's fucking theme, and here comes Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner, which, by the way,
And
go ahead.
Scott Snyder's wearing these awful ass fucking leather pants. They look awful to wrestle in. I don't know
Yeah,
why
and
he's
he could
wearing
barely
them.
get in the fucking ring too because he was wearing them. Like he was having a hard time getting in the fucking ring. And then fucking there's like, oh, the Steiner brothers are back, and it's this ongoing feud between Team 3D and the Steiner brothers, and it's just like, why? So there's that. And fucking then we get this awful fucking. Do you want to talk about this awful fucking Raven promo that we got? This shit was bad.
Yeah, so fucking this shit basically fucking Raven's just talking about how people want to talk about, oh, why did you come back and everything. And he's just like, well, who did he say was the reason he came back? And the reason, oh, he was talking about, oh, well, after like Terry Funk's sixth retirement, people didn't complain when he came back. So you know what? I'm gonna come back. And he was
Yeah,
like, oh, you know who I want to wrestle? I want to wrestle Abyss. And you know who I want to wrestle? I want to wrestle Rhino. And then Abyss comes, and he like grabs him by his collar, and he legitimately goes, "Ah, oh, make it, monsters, ball!"
yeah.
So bad, bro.
Yeah, and
It's
Raven
so
was also
bad.
he was also talking about how like people were complaining and calling him like washed up and shit. And then Raven was like he was like saying, "Oh, well." He was just like, "Oh, well, I can get in shape if I want to." And fucking and then motherfucker was like, "Oh, quote the Raven nevermore." It was so bad, dude.
Bro, it's like,
So
uh,
basically, what Raven wanted was he wanted a triple threat of him, Rhino, and Abyss. And then Abyss said, "Let's make it monsters." Boo! It was so terrible. So I'm assuming that's at Bound for Glory. I don't know, but
oh no, I mean, I'll tell you the card in a bit if you want me to.
oh, we'll get to that shit. But here's something that pissed me off because
Oh no.
now now we got to get to this fucking awful, pointless fucking battle royal that they did. This was fucking retarded. There's no reason. This was no fucking reason to happen, bro. This was a 10-man, what was it called?
The Fight for the Right preview gauntlet
Yeah.
match.
Basically, a fight for the right is to fucking determine who is gonna fucking face either Kurt Angle or Sting for the world title. And the way it works is it's like at first it's like a Royal Rumble, and then when it gets down to the last two, it turns into a normal match because Vince Russo and the way he fucking creates matches. And but this was a preview, which made no sense at all because this entire match didn't even matter. It didn't matter who won. It didn't matter who lost. None of this mattered. None of this. And the people that were in it too, I'm just like, how are some of these people considered contenders? And then from what Austin told me, apparently the actual one at the pay-per-view had even more people in it. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And so it started off with James Storm and Kaz. Fucking not Kazarian, Kaz. And
Yeah,
then
it's Kaz.
basically every 60 seconds someone would come out. So the first person to come out was fucking Robert Roode, who's wearing this awful looking maroon gear. And this was before him and James Storm were beer money. So this is like this weird Robert Roode Incorporated character. I don't fucking know what they were trying to go for with that. Obviously didn't fucking work. Fucking, and then the next person to come out for some reason was fucking Petey Williams, the fucking Canadian Destroyer, and he comes out and he keeps teasing going for the Canadian Destroyer, but he can't do it because he keeps getting stopped. Then the next person to come out is Showtime Eric Young. You might be saying, what? Apparently he had this gimmick at this time called Showtime
Yes.
Eric Young. I don't know why. It's fucking stupid.
Well, he was terrified of his own pyro too at this time.
Oh my god. This is so the next person for some reason was Jimmy Rave, and he didn't fucking last very long in this match.
No. Oh, rest in peace, Jimmy Rave.
Yeah. Fucking so the next person was Chris Sabin, and so far Chris Sabin, like the only people in here that were actually wrestling very good was fucking Kaz and fucking Chris Sabin. Everybody else was just kind of meh. And then Tracy Brooks comes out to just watch, I guess. And then the next person that comes out is Alex Shelley. So both members of Motor City Machine Guns are fucking in this match. Or as the commentators called them, what did they call them? Fucking Motor Machine Guns?
Motor City Guns.
Oh my god, the Motor City Guns. This is so stupid.
It's so
And
bad, bro.
and the Motor City Guns sit there and they pretty much dominate this match, and they fucking then the next person that comes out is fucking Lance Hoyt, aka Lance Archer, and he is the biggest man in the match, and he starts fucking dominating people, and fucking then we get the final man of this match. They might be saying, oh, well, they have somebody good for the final person in the match, right?
He's great. He's some would say he knocks people's brains out.
Yep. Who's none other than Mr. Chris Harris was the last one, and this man comes out last in this match, and he got eliminated during the commercial break. So, says a lot about Chris Harris.
Oh, fucking pitiful, bro. Keep in mind, WWE stock in him was still so high at this time.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we're still going to sign him.
Yeah. And then at this point, people start getting eliminated. Fucking, I think Jimmy Rave was like the second one to get eliminated, and Lance Hoyt got eliminated. Fucking, and then there's this whole part where fucking Kaz was like flirting with Tracy Brooks, and fucking Robert Roode ended up getting eliminated by Kaz, and then Kaz got eliminated. Which, by the way, fucking Kaz and Tracy Brooks are a real life couple, so that's why. But fucking, so they get fucking eliminated. Both members of the Motor City Machine Guns get eliminated. Fucking, and Petey Williams gets eliminated, and it comes down to the final two being James Storm and Showtime Eric Young. And it turns into a regular fucking match because why not? And Eric Young wins with a roll-up pin on James Storm. And he starts marking out like he actually did something. And even the commentators said, oh, well, this was just a preview, so the real match is going to take place at the pay-per-view. And I'm just like, what the fuck was the point of this? Why waste everybody's time? There was no point in this match. Whoever win, it didn't matter. I would at least get if they were like, oh, whoever wins gets to come out last in the match at the pay-per-view or something. Then there would have been some fucking incentive for these people to be in this match. But there was none. There was no reason. All 10 of these fuckers were in this match for no reason when the real match was taking place at the pay-per-view. So why would you wrestle the fucking bogus match and then sit there and wrestle the real match at the pay-per-view? Why not just wrestle the real match? What was the, okay, if you're trying to get people excited for that match, but what's the point? This match doesn't mean anything.
See, here's the thing. I don't think people were going to get excited for this match anyway, because you want to know the actual participants? Because the Fight for the Right tournament reverse battle royal. So we have P.D. Williams, Chris Sabin, Junior Fatu.
Oh my god.
Alex Shelley, Shark Boy,
Oh god.
Jimmy Rave, Sanjay Dutt.
Oh great.
Chris Harris, BG James, Robert Roode, Kaz, James Storm, Lance Hoyt, Kip James, and Eric Young.
Oh my god. How
do you feel about that?
That's worse than this was. Like, that's worse people. Like, I just, it boggles my mind to think what was the actual point of this. Like, because the commentators talked about it as if this was supposed to get you excited for the real match. But it just kind of makes everybody in this match look stupid when they're going out here trying to win it, when it doesn't mean anything if you win or lose this thing. So the whole thing was just fucking dumb, bro. All of it was dumb. And then after that, we go to fucking backstage, and fucking Tomko is getting interviewed, and he's with Christian Cage and AJ Styles, and he's talking about how he's leaving to go to Japan because he has to defend his championship. And AJ wants to go with him, but Christian Cage is like, no, you have to stay here with me, AJ. Like he's his fucking parent or some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck. And fucking, so at the pay-per-view, fucking AJ and Tomko fucking are gonna be facing goddamn fucking Team Pac-Man for the tag titles, because, you know...
Which, by the way, Pac-Man Jones, for being called Team Pac-Man, he doesn't he doesn't even he isn't even in the team anymore. He's just a fucking manager.
Yeah, like, motherfucker couldn't even throw a punch, and now can't even be bothered to actually, like, wrestle in the pit. Like, as I say again, why did they sign him if he wasn't even going to compete or anything?
Because of football.
Why?
Football, Devon.
From what you told me, he doesn't last very long, Austin.
I know.
So, I say, what was the point? I wonder how much they fucking paid him. I genuinely wonder, like, because I feel like he probably wasn't cheap.
Probably a lot. I don't necessarily know.
So we get this promo about the Ultimate X. So apparently at the pay-per-view, they were gonna do Triple X versus LAX in a tag team Ultimate X match, and the winner would get a title shot. So there's that. Then we get more Kurt Angle, and he's on the track at this football game, and he's interviewing this teenage cheerleader, and he's asking her if she knows Garrett and what she thinks about Garrett. And I swear to God, Kurt Angle says, keep in mind, Garrett, I believe, is in high school.
Yes.
And Kurt Angle said that after the game, he is going to walk up to Garrett and give him a congratulatory slap on the ass.
Yeah.
Because Kurt Angle.
I don't understand why. And he was talking to that cheerleader, and he was also like, he straight up like, so what do you think of Garrett? And she was like, oh, great, Garrett's a great guy. He's a great football player. And he was just like, yeah, well, his father slapped my wife.
Yeah. But he kept, every time, he kept bringing that up. Like, he was so butthurt over that, bro. Like, oh my
And
God.
you could tell fucking, like, the cheerleader was uncomfortable because she was just like, like, after that, like, it
It's
was just
so
like, she was
bad,
so
dude.
uncomfortable.
And he's like the only motherfucker. Like everybody else at this fucking game is either wearing like their high school like the team stuff, or it's just people wearing regular clothes. And Kurt Angle just looks so out of place because he's wearing fucking a tuxedo and sunglasses, and the way he's just walking around, he just looks like a creep. And he's just pretty much like, because Garrett doesn't even know that he's there at this point, so he's pretty much like just and stalking him. And then we go back to the commentators, and the commentators are talking about, they're just like, man, Kurt Angle really looks like a stalker. And this is like this is what he's fucking doing, bro. Like what? Who came up with the idea? Well, I know who, but fucking why would you come up with the idea to have Kurt Angle stalk Sting's high school fucking son? It's so fucking creepy, dude. And it doesn't help his laugh and the fucking creepy faces and him being fucking unhinged, bro. Oh my God. So then they start talking about this other match we're getting at Bound for Glory, which is Samoa Joe versus Christian Cage with the special enforcer Matt Morgan for some fucking reason, because Jim Cornette was just like, oh, well, fucking Matt Morgan is going to be the special enforcer, and it says, oh, there must be a winner. And then they show this whole fucking promo, and the promo is just like clips of Christian Cage and Samoa Joe is talking about, oh, pride. Every man has pride. Every man has to go make a living for their family. And then fucking, I almost said Christian fucking is just like, oh, I've never been beaten since I got to TNA. And this whole promo was fucking dumb. And so after this promo, we get the main event, which is the 8-man tag match. We get Triple X of Christopher Daniels and Senshi, who is Low Key or Kaval. And they are being managed by, go ahead and say it,
Prime time, baby. Elix Skipper, baby.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was wearing, but fucking Elix Skipper, we didn't get to see him wrestle. And they teamed up with AJ Styles and Christian Cage, and they took on LAX, Samoa Joe, and now it's time to talk about Mr. Junior Fatu. Junior
Well,
Fatu is fucking Rikishi, if you couldn't tell.
and he's bootylicious. How
Yes.
Devon likes it.
And his gimmick in
Um,
TNA is literally just Rikishi, except his name is
yep.
Junior Fatu, because copyright.
By by the way, fucking he debuted on September 13th, 2007 and
Mm-hmm.
lasted until October 30th, 2007.
Yeah, didn't even last 2 months. You want to tell him why he didn't last 2 months?
Because he wanted a pay raise. So they
Yeah,
fired him.
he wanted more money, and they fucking fired him. But they will sit here and pay Pac-Man Jones, who won't even throw a fucking punch, but fucking Rikishi, who's old and broken down, just wants some extra money. They said, nah, fuck you. We gotta give this money to fucking people like Pac-Man Jones and fucking other god awful fucking people that they fucking signed. So Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude.
They
Like,
had to give more of a raise to fucking goddamn Kurt Angle. His
yeah.
fucking his Angle family money.
So this is so cursed too because Junior Fatu comes out and it like I said, his gimmick is just Rikishi. His entrance is just Rikishi. But instead of it saying Rikishi on his fucking uh tassel thing, it says bootylicious. It's so cursed. And he just seems like so out of place in TNA, and he's out of shape too. So this main event, bro, like I at this point I couldn't fucking care about this fucking main event. Like it wasn't bad, like, and at one point it started getting pretty good, but it was just like so much curse shit had happened that I just couldn't be bothered to care, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like this match was happening for no reason at all because the main thing that they kept talking about was, oh, Christian Cage and Samoa Joe are going to be fighting at the pay-per-view, and oh, fucking LAX is going to be LAX and Triple X are going to be in the fucking Ultimate X match. And then fucking AJ Styles and Tomko are going to be getting a tag team title shot. And then they just don't say shit about Junior Fatu. He's just there. like, but he turns out to be in the fucking goddamn Battle Royal, so there's that. But I will say Christopher Daniels did, he was the one that ended up getting the stink face from Junior Fatu. I swear to God, the only thing I seen him do in this match was the stink face, and then he hit a Samoan driver. I don't
Oh
know if
no,
he did anything
that's
else.
he did do stuff, all other stuff too. Like he sat there and he stood and watched for people.
Yeah, fucking. Fucking all I remember was fucking I was fucking laughing because Austin got really fucking upset at me because he was trying to be a dickhead and fuck with me about Junior Fatu, and I told Austin the only reason he loves him so much is because he's built like him, and Austin got really offended. so,
Fuck off.
and Austin said he's bootylicious,
Nah, bro.
but yeah, it was cursed to see Rikishi wrestling AJ Styles. Like I just that's one thing I never thought I would see. Like, but fucking LAX was going kind of crazy, and especially fucking Homicide. Like he was going crazy in this match, and fucking Triple X was basically just there to get beaten up. They didn't really do much, and fucking the way it ended was fucking Smojo was trying to do a muscle buster on Christian Cage, but fucking Senshi fucking broke it up, and then fucking Christian fucking fell to the outside on his neck, and fucking then Samoa Joe did a nasty ass muscle buster to Senshi, 1, 2, 3, and then I almost said Jacob Fatu, Junior Fatu.
Oh my god. I wish it was Jacob Fatu. He would have went hard in this.
Oh, no, I was thinking of fucking Jacob Fatu wearing the bootylicious thing. Oh my
Oh.
god. Oh, you're gonna be able to make that in 2K25.
Yeah. Oh no. I'll make that.
Uh, Jesus Christ. But that's how the fucking main event ends, right? And I swear to God, there's like 2 minutes left. And then fucking their commentators are just like, oh, real quick before we end, we gotta finish this Kurt Angle thing. Almost like they even fucking forgot that it was going on. And so we get the final Kurt Angle thing, and Kurt Angle is like sitting in the parking lot, and he's like acting all deranged, and he's just like, "Oh, Sting, I'm really sorry this has to happen, and this is just what I gotta do when you mess with a man's family, you slap somebody's wife, there's just certain things a man's gotta do, Sting," and fucking, and he's just like, "Oh, I just want to say, I'm really sorry for what's about to happen." And then fucking Kurt Angle gets up and he sees Garrett and he's just like, "Hey, Garrett, come here, Garrett." And Garrett is just like, he's just like, "Oh, fucking get away from me. Uh, your feud with my dad has nothing to do with me." And Kurt Angle's just like, he's just like, "No, no, Garrett, it has everything to do with you." And then Garrett fucking slams the car door into Kurt Angle, and he tries to get in the car, and then fucking Sting's watching. He's just like, "Oh, go, Garrett, go." And fucking, and then Kurt Angle gets up and he's just like, "You little son of a bitch," and he fucking reaches in the car and he fucking pulls Garrett out of the car and he fucking starts strangling Sting's fucking son, and he's just like, he's fucking out of his mind, deranged. He's just like, "Oh, come here, you little son of a bitch, you little son of a bitch," and fucking, and it just ends. It just fucking fades to black.
No,
It just ends.
he said, fucking, I'm gonna save the rest of you for your imagination.
Yeah, it just fades to black, and that's how it ends. And we're just sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? And
Keep in mind, we're watching this on YouTube, and fucking, so after we just see that shit, we just see a title card with fucking like Chris Bay and Ace Austin and fucking Nick Nemeth.
and
Shit,
Austin's
it's
favorite
simple.
Tommy Dreamer was also on it.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, he was.
I
Oh my
know.
god, Austin! I went to the comments of that episode, and fucking the first comment I seen was, "Thank you, DPW, for letting me know about this episode." So we're not the only ones that watched this because of Deadlock. This was fucked, bro. Another cursed fucking Kurt Angle episode of TNA. It concerns
Uh,
me how many of these TNA reviews that we do, and they're all just cursed Kurt Angle episodes. Like, did they just let this man do whatever he fucking wanted? Like, I don't
Pretty
understand.
much, yeah.
Like,
I can't think of any other reason why.
oh my god, this is so cursed. Fucking. But yeah, that was the October 4th, 2007 episode of fucking TNA. I don't know if there was like any aftermath from this. I almost wonder if there was, but I don't know. But fucking thanks a lot, fucking Deadlock. We had to watch this terrible fucking show because fucking just had to fucking come up in my recommended. So
I think if we keep finding cursed Kurt Angle episodes, fucking, it'll make our lives happy.
it's at a point now where I don't even know what Kurt Angle could do next because it's just like one fucking thing he's fucking putting Santa in an ankle lock. Another thing he's arguing with AJ Styles about fucking goddamn pilgrims and fucking, and then another thing he's sitting there beating people up in a speedo, and then now he's beating up fucking high school children. And I don't like I don't like, and then that one he was wearing that fucking ungodly fucking clown mask too. I don't know what to fucking expect anymore, dude. Like Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be back with another cursed Kurt Angle Impact episode review at some other point because this man has probably did so much more cursed shit that we don't even know about.
Yeah. Hey, he was peak Angle, bro. Peak Angle.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this fucking review. This was so cursed. We'll be back next time with another cursed TNA Impact review. Jesus Christ.